and that we humble ourselves before that throne of mercy. Lord, we thank you, dear Heavenly Father, for yesterday. But Lord, we're more grateful for today. Because I realized, dear Heavenly Father, that you didn't have to allow me to open up my eyes.
Thank you.
And for that, God, we want to say thank you. Now, Lord, we ask right now that your presence may be felt. Ask, Lord, that you sit Harris down so that you might stand.
Yeah.
Well, God bless these your people right now with your word.
Yes, sir.
And then, Lord, if there's anyone that I missed that don't know you, reveal yourself to them and let them know that thou art God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And besides thee, there is none other.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
They
sir.
might run, come in asking, Lord, what must I do to be saved?
All right now. All right now.
And then, Lord, we just pray whatever we say and do, that we be careful to give you all the honor, glory, and
Oh, yeah.
all the praises. These and men bless me, ask me your son, in Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen.
It's a blessing to be in the house of the Lord one more time.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Lord. Yeah. Thank you.
We look like we're doing good time. Try to stay that way. God gave me an extra 15 minutes to preach today. I thank you for that. Giving honor to God, who is the head of our life, and presence of our good friend, Dr. Thomas Green, to the deacon and deaconess of this church, to all God's children, last but not least to this choir under the direction of Dr. Thomas Walker. By the way, who will be graduating this afternoon. Y'all ought to give God a hand clap of praise for that. Told me, he said, I feel bad because we got a program this evening. I got to graduate, and the program was before the graduation. I said, that's a lie. I said, your graduation before the program. When mom and dad had put you in kindergarten, they was looking forward to this day.
Say that, Reb.
We know how to clap our hands and pat our feet.
Say that, Reb.
You just make sure you take the pictures and show us that diploma. That's what you do.
Oh, yes, sir. Say that now.
Word by God got this. There is a word found in the Gospel of St. John, chapter 21, verses 15 through 19. Dr. Green read a little bit farther. I guess he's trying to put more pressure on it. I said 19, he kept on going. I said, Lord, he keep on going, he's going to be in the book of Acts. We're going to try to do that what was read. Let us look at verse number 15. He says, so when they had dined, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my lambs. I'm going to just start right there because I could go a little farther, but I'm going to just stop and use that one for my subject, if you don't mind. And I'm going to use the words of Jesus Christ where he asked Peter, and that is, do you love me? Do you love me? We all have heard this question time or two in our lives. When you was a young boy or a young girl, a young man or a young woman that decide to date We often ask each other the question, do you love me?
All right.
Yes. Do you love me? Newlyweds, when they just freshly got married and said their vows, they had the tendency to ask the question, do you love me?
Uh-huh.
Now when time go on,
Yeah, all right, Rev.
the answer change up a bit. Because we sometimes ask each other, do you love me?
Uh-huh.
All right.
And our response is, I'm still here.
All right, Rev.
They didn't ask you about you still being here. They asked you, do you love me?
Uh-huh.
We have love songs that have been written about love. Luther Ingram wrote a song that said, is loving you is wrong.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to be right. Yeah.
Come on, Pastor.
I believe it was Carl Sims.
All right.
His love had him in a place, you know, we said between a rock and a hard place.
Uh-huh.
Yes, because Carl Sims said, I'm trapped.
Trapped. Uh-huh.
I'm caught up
Uh-huh.
in the middle of a two-way love affair.
Uh-huh.
Love will have you like that. Y'all act like y'all ain't heard these songs before.
Yeah, yeah.
You know them songs that y'all play on Saturday when you're frying fish? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Love songs. I believe it was Johnny Taylor said, who's making love
All right now, Rev.
to your old lady
Uh-huh.
while you was out making love?
All right now, Rev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop right there. You can't play these songs on the organ. And I don't want them to start thinking about what they were doing yesterday. Yeah, God will let you see a new day, so don't go back to yesterday. That type of love, I realize, we got down pat. That type of love, in the Greek word, is called eros,
Uh-huh.
where we get the word exotic. We got that type of love down pat.
All right, Rev.
But that's not the type of love that Jesus is talking about here.
Uh-huh.
Because I realize that type of love is a temporary love.
All right.
Because I realize they'll be with you today and be packed up and gone by
All
tomorrow.
right now, Rev.
Jesus is talking about a different type of love. A love that passes all understanding. A love that will make you love your enemy. Yeah, even if Trump came in here today, I still got to feed him.
All right, amen.
Yeah, I might not want to.
Yeah.
But the Bible said, oh, no man nothing but to love one another.
Oh, yeah, Rev.
Jesus now has gone off to Calvary. He has been crucified, buried, and raised from the dead. And this is the third time Jesus shows himself to his disciples.
All right.
First time was when he was locked up, or when they was locked up in a room.
Yeah.
The second time is when he showed himself to Thomas.
All right.
And now we are here for going back to his Father. Jesus must strengthen Peter's confidence to carry out his mission. Yes, and if we are to carry out God's mission and to do it effectively, we got to have this type of love in us. Yeah, we don't have a love for Jesus,
All right, Rev.
and we cannot do what God have called us to do.
Yeah.
Well, since we got to have this type of love, and we said that we love Jesus, first thing I realized that we must do, and that is to serve him. Get this now, not with lip service.
All right.
Yeah, we talk the talk.
Yeah.
Well, Jesus is looking for people that's willing to walk the walk.
All right.
Living in a world that's full of chaos, confusion, and disagreement.
Uh-huh.
God needs some soldiers
Yeah.
that's willing to stand up and tell a dying world about his saving grace.
All right.
Here in this text, Jesus now gets Peter's attention. Yes, he ended up questioning Peter. Yes, Jesus questioned Peter's loyalty towards himself. Understand? I saw in his questioning 4 things that stood out: the call, the challenge, the claim, and the commitment. Here we see the call is the first thing Jesus says to Peter right after they had died.
All right.
And I realized that you can get a man's attention on a full stomach
Uh-huh.
than on an empty. I'm talking to you, Peter. Text says, he said, Simon, son of Jonas.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you right now.
All right.
That Peter right there. Your dad was named Jonas.
Yeah.
Yes, Jesus had to point that out. Because I believe God is calling some of us today.
All right, man.
And we ignoring his call.
Yeah.
Yes, God is calling, waiting for us to get up and answer. But yet we want to pass the call on to somebody else.
All right.
Yeah. We see things need to be done and we wait for somebody else
All right, Rev.
to do it.
All right, Rev.
Yes. So Jesus saying, son of Jonas, Simon, because he didn't call him Peter. Only maybe 1 or 2 occasions he called him Peter.
Yeah.
When he said about the church, he called him Peter.
Peter, uh-huh.
But now I'm talking to Simon. I'm
All
talking
right.
to this one.
Yeah.
Son of Jonas. Then he challenged him. Said, lovest thou me more than these? Jesus needed to clear some things up with Peter. Remember, Peter had denied him.
Uh-huh.
And the brothers knew it.
Yeah.
So Peter's leadership, you understand, needed to be reinforced public among the disciples.
Uh-huh.
Other words, people look at your testimony.
All right.
They look at how you live.
Yeah.
And if your testimony and your lifestyle don't match up,
All right,
you're
baby.
wasting your time trying to win souls for Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter, I need to strengthen your testimony. Yes, I need to know, is you committed to service? Yes, lovest thou me, Peter, more than these?
All right.
Yeah, what level of love do you have for me?
Uh-huh.
Yes, you'll find it out the hard way.
Yeah.
That people don't love you like they say they love you.
All right, now, Bill.
Yeah, if you need something, call them. But then when you call them, they don't want to answer.
All right,
Or
Bill.
bond you.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I need to know, Peter, Simon, lovest thou me more than these? What is these that Jesus is talking about?
All right now.
Well, we just got through eating. Do you love me more than these fish that you just got through eating?
All right, now.
Do you love me more than this boat and these nets? You understand? That's your occupation. That's your livelihood.
Yeah.
Some folks love their job more than they love Jesus.
All right, Bill.
You don't believe me? Let the job call.
Uh-huh.
They can be tired,
Right now.
worn out and beaten.
All right,
And
Bill.
they'll find some kind of way to go and clock in to the white man's job.
Yeah.
But here all you got to do is sit down in a pew and listen to me preach.
All right.
And you're looking at your watch wondering when this Negro gonna hurry up.
All right, Bill. All
Hey,
right.
hey.
Yeah.
Tell that, Rev.
All
Hey.
right, now, Bill. All right.
Oh, hallelujah.
Realize
Yeah.
that God can do more than what your job can do.
Amen. Amen.
Once Peter made the claim, Jesus challenged Peter. He said here, look at the claim. Peter said, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. I've been following you for 3 years now. Lord, you know I love you. But I come to realize it doesn't matter how long somebody been following you. That don't mean that they love you. Yeah, Judas followed him for 3 years too. And look what Judas did to him. Yes, I've been following you for 3 years now. You know that I love you. We make the claim daily that we love Jesus. But do we show it? Peter said that he loved Jesus. But yet a few days earlier, he denied the same Jesus. If Jesus asked us today if we love him, what would your answer be to him? Some of us would say you love him, but some of us will deny it. Some of us would go against it. Somebody say, how would they go against it? Because Jesus told you what to do. But you refuse to do what Jesus put in the book of the Bible and follow what Jesus told us to do. Love your enemies. But some of us can't even stand our next door neighbor. Yes. Here Jesus challenged Peter's heart and love. Every now and then, our love needs to be challenged. Our love needs to be tested by Jesus. Yes, Jesus tests our love. How do I know? Remember the rich young ruler. Rich young ruler asked Jesus, what must I do to inherit the kingdom of heaven? Jesus quoted out to him the commandments that concern man to man. He said, all them that you're telling me, I do them. So Jesus said, I tell you what, go take all that you got. Go give it to the poor. Come back and take up your cross and follow me. Well, if you read your Bible, you'll realize that the rich young ruler never came back to Jesus. Yes, I love you, but on my level. I love you, but on my condition. Jesus saying here, Peter, I need to restore your love. I need to know how much you love me. But then he said, if you love me, Peter, he said, feed my lambs. Yes, feed my lambs. I'm going to stay right here for a minute if you don't mind. I got 5 more minutes. He said here, feed my lambs. Safeguard yourself, but feed my lambs. Don't criticize them, but feed them. Don't talk about them, but feed them. And I'm afraid that many of us God's people have not did what God has told us to do. I'm afraid that many of God's people, understand, is not getting the proper nourishment they need to survive, because we as pastors, we as preachers, we as teachers refuse to feed the Lamb of God. Yes, we either don't love them or we don't love God. It's one or the other. Maybe it's both. But yet we are failing in doing what God has called us to do. The church should be packed only if we are willing to go out and to teach one another. Go the extra mile. Remember when Jesus went in the Garden of Gethsemane? Bible said he went a little farther. Yes, even though he wanted God to take away the cup. He said, nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. And that's the love that we must possess. If we are to feed the lambs of God. Jesus said, feed. Yes, I need you to feed. The word basco, that is to tend to. That is to let them graze. In other words, you got to feed the lamb. You got to feed the sheep. Yes, Jesus said here, if you love me, feed my lambs. Yes, he said, my lambs, not your lambs. And that's where we mess up at. Stop picking and choosing who you going to feed. Stop picking and choosing who need the word of God. I said it like this. We living in a day and age that everybody needs Jesus. And if the church is not willing to love and feed, we're going to fail as a church. Yes, we want to pick and choose. She a prostitute. She can't do nothing for the Lord. Yeah, he a drunk. Yeah, he a homosexual. God ain't asked you to judge nobody. God asked you to do one thing, and that is to feed the lambs of God. If they come in, then your job is to feed them. And it's God's job to clean them up. Yeah, we want to catch the fish, and then we want to clean the fish. But what's your standard of good? I come to church, church started at 9:30. Then you come to Sunday school. I tithe. Well, do you tithe and offer? Because tithing don't mean nothing. Go above your tithe. See, God is looking at us. God said, I need you to feed my lambs. Yes.
Preach the word, Red.
If asking Simon one time wasn't enough, Jesus repeated himself. He said unto him again a second time, Simon, son of Jonas, here is the call again. Just in case you didn't hear me the first time. The first time we said we tried to push it off on someone else. This time we making sure that you're not going to ignore my call. You know how sometimes children is, when you call them, they want you to call them 3 and 4 times. I'm talking about today's children. But I know when I was growing up, when Mama said, Michael, I had to jump up. But next time you're going to be finding yourself knocked back down. Yes. He called him. Then he changed. He said, lovest thou me? Watch this. Jesus here gave a new meaning of the word love. Jesus was showing his disciples a type of love that runs deeper than the love that we are used to. Yeah, when the first time Jesus asked him the question, he said, lovest thou me more than these? Yeah, Jesus wanted to know, do you love me more than these fish? Do you love me more than this boat? Do you love me more than the next? But this time he said, lovest thou me? Yeah. First time Peter was stuck on a philos type of love. Yeah, but Jesus was trying to move him to an agape type of love. See, we all got love for a brother. I love you, but I love you from a distance. That ain't the way Jesus' love works. Jesus wanted to know, Peter, do you love me? Forget about these things. Do you love me? Yes, Jesus trying to get him to move from this philos type of love. This brotherly type of love. Where we get the word Philadelphia from. Yeah, I'm trying to move you to an agape type of love. A love that passes all understanding. A love that will make you love your enemies. A love, you understand that all you can do is love somebody. No matter what they do to you, God said you got to love them.
Genuine real love. Amen.
Take your time, Red.
Jesus asked him the question, do you love me? Look at Peter's claim. Yea, Lord, thou knowest I love thee. Well, Jesus know all. Yes, because the same Jesus that you said that you would die for. It's the same Jesus that you denied. Jesus told you to your face. He said before the cock crowed once, you're going to be to deny me 3 times. Peter said, I don't even know the man. But yet now you're saying, God, I love thee. Yes, Peter, but are you willing to sacrifice all, even your life, for me? Yes, we ought to be praying that God send us some people that's willing to lay down their life, that's willing to sacrifice all for Jesus. Yes, if Jesus gave all, you can give all. Jesus first said, here, feed my lambs. First time when he asked him, do thou lovest me? This time he said, feed my sheep. Now he's saying, my sheep. Jesus was saying, don't discriminate. Feed my sheep and my lambs. This is where the church suffers. Because we want to feed one and allow the others to fend for themselves. The sheep are the mature Christian. The sheep are the ones that have been around God for a long time. The lambs are the young children. Yes, and we need to learn how to feed them both. The church have become one-sided. We'll feed the sheep and let the lambs go home. Yeah. What I mean by that, we old school. I love Dr. Watts. A charge to keep our hair. A God to glorify. Yeah, I heard the voice of Jesus. Yes, I love when the mothers of the church moan while the deacons praying. Yes, if it hadn't been for Jesus, I wouldn't have a friend. But we got to realize that this young generation coming along, that they don't understand. You understand the stuff that we done been through. When David wrote, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." He didn't write it as a young boy because when he became king, he didn't go into the kingdom. God put him back in the pasture. You got to go through some things. You got to see some things. And after David had experienced some things, David was able to say, "The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want." So you can't say that when you ain't been through nothing. But go through something. Try to figure out how you're going to pay a bill. And God make a way out of nowhere. Try to figure out how you're going to feed your family. And you ain't got but a couple of dollars in your pocket.
Come on, Pastor. Yes, Lord.
Jesus saying, I need you to feed not only my sheep, but feed my lambs. Yeah. Have a day that the lambs take charge. That we come to a praise and worship. Instead of having a devotion, have a praise and worship. Allow a young man to get up and tell what thus says the Lord. Because I realize I'm getting up in age. I can't go and move like I used to move. I know, Lord, I know I can't see like I used to see. My footsteps getting short. I need a young man that's willing to stand up and tell what thus says the Lord. Yes. That's why I thank God for this young musician. Yeah, let God use him.
Yeah.
Here.
Thank you, Lord.
We here now. He said here, if you love me, feed my lambs. Yes, I need you to serve me. Yes, but the next thing I saw, if we love Jesus, we must surrender to him. Yes, we must surrender to the Lord. Text says in verse 17 that Jesus approached Peter the third time, asking about his love for him.
All right.
It's something about that number 3. Yes, we know about the triune Trinity. But the 3 also can represent the 3 distinctions of time.
All right,
the past, the present, and the future. Yes, I know you say you love me in the past. You're saying right now that you love me in the present. But Peter, I'm trying to strengthen you for the future. Do you love me in the future? And here he asked him, dost thou lovest me to feed my lambs, feed my sheep? Yes, he's saying here that I need you to go a little farther in it. Bible said that Peter began to get frustrated. You understand, when you ask a man the third time, you understand, you really find out how you really feel. Yeah, he started getting frustrated. Why Jesus asking me this the third time? I told him I love him the first time. I told him I love him the second time. God, you know all. Yeah, I know all, but I need to know, do you love me? I want to hear from out your mouth. Yeah, Jesus asking somebody in here today, do you love me? Yeah, are you pretending? Yeah, you can put on a suit well across around your neck and you can be worshiping the devil. But God want to know, do you love me? Yes. Therefore, he asked him the third time. So now he shows him the reason why he's saying what he was saying here to Peter in verse number 18. He was saying here that you got to have total commitment. You got to be demanding. You got to be willing to follow me. Yes, follow another leadership besides yourself. You got to learn how to follow the leadership of the Lord.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So let me see if I can break it down to you. Verse number 18, what he was saying here, he was saying, Peter, when you were young, you went where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
You did what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You just thought about me, myself, and I. Yeah, if you wanted to go to the club, you went to the club. Yeah, if you wanted to drink all night long, you could drink all night long. You want to jump from house to house, you did that. That's what he was saying. When you were young, Peter, you girded yourself and followed, did what you wanted to do. But since you say you love me, since you say you're willing to be committed to me, now you got another leader that's leading you. And you're going to be led by the Holy Spirit.
Right.
And the Holy Spirit going to lead you places that you didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Other words, the crack house. You got to start knocking on their door, telling them what thus saith the Lord. Right. Yeah, the shot house, knock on the door. You ain't got to go in and have a drink with them, but just knock on the door and tell them what thus saith the Lord. Yeah, the neighbors, you understand that you can't stand. I got a prejudiced neighbor. Yeah, I don't know his name because he's just that prejudiced. White man that's on the police force. Can't stand black folks. But every time I see him, I wave at him. Tell him how you doing. Yeah, because see somebody say, you ought not speak. No, I'm going to speak to him. Because I'm not going to go to hell for something because he did. How you doing? Do you need some help? Yes. I mean, he might not want to speak, but see, I learned that niceness kills folks. Jesus said here, he said here, see when you were young, you did what you wanted to do. But now you're led by the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit going to lead you to some places that you didn't want to go. Do you love me? Are you willing to sacrifice your life for me? Now, I've been up here too long. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it. Right?
Bless us with this. Bless us with this. Bless us with this.
He said here, if you love me, you're going to be led by the Holy Spirit.
Thank you, Lord.
You understand? I know how it is. Yes, if it was left up to me, I'll still be at home in the bed.
All right, man.
If it was left up to me.
Yeah.
If it was left up to me, if I had an opportunity to watch TV, I'd probably watch Family Guy all day long. If it was left up to me. But I realized that it ain't left up to me. I realized that God called me. And woe unto me if I preach not the gospel. Yeah, I realized that it's not how you F-E-E-L. Long as I F-I-L-L, my obligation to the Lord. So he said here, number one, yes, I need you to serve me. Second thing, if you love me, you're going to surrender to him. Third thing I saw here, if you love him, you're going to suffer for him. I come here to tell you, if you ain't been, you understand, in this game a long time, you're going to realize that you're going to have to suffer some days. There's going to be some days that folks going to be on your side. Then there's going to be some days that folks going to stab you in your back. You're going to realize the same ones that say amen and pat you on the back. It'll be the same one that got a shovel digging a ditch for you. That's all right. He said, I need you to suffer for me. Yes, look at the text if you please. He said here, verse number 19. This spake he signifying of what death he should glorify God. And we had spoken thus, he said unto him, follow me. Yes, Peter, you going to suffer some things. Why are you following me? You're going to have to deal with some things. You're going to have to work with some folks that don't like you. Yes, you're going to have to do for some folks that don't like you. But realize that you ain't suffering for you, but you're suffering for my name's sake. Because you're doing what I have commanded you to do. Yes, he was letting Peter know you're going to have a difficult life. You're going to have, understand, a horrific death. Because if you know how Peter died, it says that they cut out the hollow of a tree and placed Peter in a tree and cut him in half. That's a horrific death. Yes, but he's saying, you're going to do this. But if you love me, follow me. And that's what Jesus is trying to get us to understand and see. That we must follow him. If you love him, follow him. If you want to be with him, follow him. Yes, Jesus asked Peter the question. Said, here, do you love me? Wait a minute, Peter, before you answer. Let me show you the love I had for you. Yes, when Moses could not go. When Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob could not go. I asked my father to make me a body. Send me down through 42 generations. Wait a minute, Peter, before you answer. Do you love me? He said, here I walk the streets of Jerusalem. Yes, I gave sight to the blind. I made lame man walk. I raised the dead. But wait a minute, Peter, before you answer, do you love me? Let me show you the love I have for you. Remember one Friday evening, I went up a hill called Mount Calvary. Don't you remember, Peter? I had 12 men that followed me. 10 went back home. One denied me. And the other one turned me over to the killer. But Peter, I want to know, do you love me? He said, when I went up a hill called Mount Calvary, I showed my love for you. I allowed them to put nails in my hands. Nail in my feet. Pierce me in the side. Wait a minute, Peter, before you say, do you love me? I'm trying to show the love I have for you. Because the Bible said here that I had love for you before you love me. Jesus was showing Peter how much he loved him. He said, I hung, bled, and died on an old rugged cross. Wait a minute, Peter, before you said you love me, he said, I stayed in the ground for 3 long days and 3 long nights. But early that Sunday morning, got over it all power and nothing enough in my hand. Wait a minute, Peter, before you say you love me, I'm trying to show the love I have for you. That I gave my life before. You understand? You knew that you had a life. Because the Bible let us know that if God so loved you to love the world, that God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. That's the type of love Jesus said we are loving. How can somebody love us before we love him? When Jesus said God so loved the world, he was letting him know I love you before you even knew. He was letting them know that God gave me to the cross. Understand, before you even knew that I was going to the cross. How can Jesus talk about something in the present, about something in the past, about something that's going to happen in the future? Yesterday when he was talking to Nicodemus, he was talking to you in the present. But he said, God so loved is the first word. In other words, I love you before you even love yourself. That I already decided I'm going to the cross. And I'm going to give my life for you. But wait a minute, Peter, you say you love me. I want you to show my love. I want you to go and feed my lambs and feed my sheep. I'm preaching right now. But I'm trying to let the church know that we got to learn how to love. Stop picking and choosing who we don't love. And just start embracing everybody. So I want you to know the love that we have for one another. Stop judging folks. Stop telling folks they can't do it because of this and because of that.
All right, man.
And learn how to love folks. See, I realize we trying to love folks away from the church with our attitude. She ought to not be wearing that to church. Well, baby, if you don't like what she wearing, go in your checking account. Go and buy her an outfit so she can come to church.
All right, man. Let's go. Oh, glory.
Lord, God's house is open at this time.
Oh, hallelujah.